Hi YouTube! It's me again! That probably sounded like really bad, but I don't care. This is not American Idol, okay? And I am definitely not trying out. Thank you, Jesus. So, Catfish. Another review. I would like to talk about one of the most hilarious yet shocking episodes. Episode number 4, Jasmine and Mike. Ghetto just does not begin to describe this episode. So Jasmine, I don't know how old Jasmine is. Let me check and see if they say her age. Let's check the notes. No, they don't. So Jasmine has been talking to Mike online and texting for over 2 years. Jasmine has a son. Yes, it is a son. She has a son, and she feels that Mike would be a great father figure to her child. Mike, granted, she's talked to him for 2 years. She's never met him, but he'll be a great father figure to her child. Anyway, Nev is shocked when she says she has not talked to him. I mean, seen him for 2 years. Seen him. I hope I was saying seen him before. She has not seen him, or when I say see him, I mean like physically, like see him face to face, touch him, feel him, caress him. She hasn't done that since she's met him. But he'll be a good father figure for her child. Anyway, Mike told her he has a kid and a fiance, or at least he and his fiance broke up, but I guess they're still living together. Nev says, okay, we're gonna do our investigation. Of course, he does a normal investigation. He looks on the Facebook page, he sees if this is a legit page, he Google image searches their profile pictures to see what comes up. So of course, when he Googles the picture, it brings up another profile of somebody else. So he said, you know what? One person commented on this Mike's character's wall. Let's see if we could get in touch with that female. So it was a girl commented on his wall, and they said, you know what? Let's call. Well, they contacted her, and she called, or they called, but somehow they spoke. And the conversation was very, like, shady, because she was giving so much information away so easily. It's kind of like, what did you message her that we don't know about that makes her feel like it's okay to just give all this information away? So she was like, oh, yes, I know Mike. I know him from high school, and he's engaged, and he has 2 or 3 kids. And he said, okay, well, great. Are you sure? And she said, yes. He said, well, if I have any more questions, can I call you? She's like, sure, you can. And Nev and his brother is kind of like, they are like, this is odd. The conversation just felt so odd, like it was just so fake. When they told Jasmine of what they found when they investigated, she said, okay, maybe he's just like still living with his fiance, and maybe he just doesn't want to tell me, but I still want to see him. They've spoken on the phone twice. One time when they spoke, I guess the call dropped, and she never got to finish the conversation, or I think it was just for like 2 seconds. And they never got to finish the conversation. He sent her probably like 2 or 3 pictures. And when Nev showed her more pictures from the other profile that they found, she was like, I've never seen these pictures before. I wonder why he's doing this. So she's just so naive and thinking, you know, maybe he just is with his fiance and doesn't want her to know. They finally get to meet. They finally go to meet him. She tries to call. Even Nev tries to call. They don't get in touch with the person. It just rings and they can't leave voicemails. So she texted him and told him that, you know, I'm coming today. He said, okay, come around 2. When you come, text me. Text me. This is just red flags, people. Red flags. Text me and I'll come downstairs. So this is how Nev continues to try it. He, as they're approaching Mike's place, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like a Section 8 project. Let's call a spade a spade. It looks like a Section 8 project. He says, Nev, I'm talking about Nev. Nev says, well, this area looks a little low income type of apartment complex. Which is probably code for keep your eyes out. We don't want anybody to rob the equipment or the car. Keep your eyes peeled. Okay? So I think he comments about the surroundings some more. And I'm just thinking, look at all of these black folks just loitering, looking as hood as can be in these different places in front of the buildings. It's just kind of like, I just feel funny walking in and through there just because you don't know what's going on in people's mind. You don't know if they want to slit your throat or just try to fondle you and run away. I mean, it just feels so uncomfortable looking at how these people are just congregating in front of the place like they're about to have a fish fry. It's just like, go in your damn house or go over to the park and give the front entrance some breathing space. So she texts, Jasmine texts Mike and tells him, I'm here. He texts back. He said, okay, he's coming down. So we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. Now, Nev says, who is that? Jasmine says, who is that? The camera is not looking at the person or object or animal or whatever that's coming towards them. So we're all in suspense, like, camera, look to the right. We want to see too. Finally, it pans over and she's like, oh my gosh, I know that person. Go away. A female is coming. Come to find out, the girl who played Mike, she created this Mike character to get Jasmine's attention away from her current user. And when I say user, I'm not sure if she and the guy who they were all messing with were in a love triangle, kind of like Chris Brown, Rihanna, old girl, Chris Brown, Rihanna, old girl, Chris Brown, Rihanna, girl. Her name is Karuchi or something like that. I don't know if she's actually with the dude, but apparently she created this character to try to get Jasmine's attention away from him and towards another person, Mike. So for 2 years, and I'm sorry if I'm screaming, but it just baffles me. For 2 years, homegirl faked being another person, not another female, another guy. So let's just back up real quick. Just, you know, let's just back up really quick. Let's think about this now. Work with me, flow with me. Let's stay on the track. For 2 years, you created this profile. You said, you know what? I'm going to create a profile of a dude to get this girl's attention away from my boo, my man, my boyfriend, my whatever. Chances are they were texting lovey-dovey things. They were texting sexual things. So you're telling me for 2 years you told a girl, yeah, you know, I don't even want to try to. Just sexual things. You were texting another girl. You were texting another girl saying that you love her, you care for her, you want to be with her, you can't wait to do these things to her, and creating this whole lifestyle that Mike had, and basically stringing her along for 2 years just to get her attention away from some pissy-tailed boy, more likely, that ain't doing nothing with his life. What is he, a rapper? How many rappers do we have in this world? Like, come on. Really? What is he, a dope boy? You one of his drug pushers? Like, let's be real about this. For 2 years you're doing this, something has to be wrong with you. Like, you need more than Dr. Phil or Oprah. You need, like, therapy where they like shock your brain. That's crazy to me. I have too much things going on in my life that I can barely check my Facebook. I have messages in there for weeks, and I'm just like, this person probably hates me because I log on and I just look at it and I'm too lazy or too busy to be able to respond. It's kind of like, what? You have to, so she's checking Mike's Facebook and she's checking the girl's Facebook who wrote on his wall and they called. Oh yeah, the girl who faked to be Mike, that was her too. That they called on the phone to verify that Mike was real and, oh yes, he's engaged and he has kids. That was her too. And I'm pretty sure he probably had like 4 or 5 other friends. She more likely created a neighborhood of people just to back up this Mike character. Now, if you're trying to get her mind off of your dude, how much time can you spend with him if you are doing all of this? Because you have to remember email addresses, you have to remember passwords, you have to remember the conversation, you have to remember every day to keep checking in on her and responding to her text messages. And then at the end, they said that Jasmine and Mike hasn't spoken since the meeting that day, and Jasmine is no longer focused on dating. She's focused on raising her child and bettering herself. And because I know she was hella embarrassed. The girl who faked to be Mike, she adopted her niece. You doing stupidness like faking to be somebody else for 2 years online, creating fake profiles, fighting somebody over some dude who Jasmine said was using her anyway, using her for her car, using her to lay up in her house, using for a place to sleep, using her period, just using her. And now you're going to adopt a child? You ain't even grown yourself, but you want to play grown and have a child? You ain't even been raised right yourself, but you want to raise another child? Oh my God. I just hope that child breaks out of all of the nonsense, because it's just going to be a continuing cycle. There was another episode with Scorpio and Trina. Trina, who was a stripper, and Scorpio, she met online. He was supposed to be a stripper as well. It turned out to be some big belly doughboy old dude who had a whole bunch of kids and baby mamas, and she was just like, hell no, and she kept it moving. That's the episode in a nutshell. This is Crystal. Bye.